Hey everybody, this is Isaac Brooks here with uh, another video, and today I'm going to be going over my predictions for Survivor Series War Games. But before I can get to that, I'd like to say thank you for everybody who has watched my more recent videos with the pets and stuff. It's a little different than what I normally would upload, but I'm glad people seem to enjoy them. So, all the support those videos have gotten, all the views and some of the comments, which were kind of like a very few amount of comments, but I'm thankful for those. And speaking of thankfulness, I'm hoping that everybody had a enjoyable Thanksgiving yesterday. And if there are anybody who doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving watching this, I hope you had a good day nonetheless. Alright, with all that stuff out of the way, I don't mean for that to sound like they were not important or anything, but I just wanted to say all that stuff before I forgot to. Anyway, let's get into the predictions, shall we? First match I have down here is written here. Is Bianca Belair teaming with Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Shotzi against Damage Control's Bayley, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and the more recent addition to the group, Asuka. And now I'm not really sure if this is going to be like a one and done thing with Asuka, but it kind of seems like they're going to have her in the group for as long as they have the group going, because they did the whole like, oh, somebody here is not officially part of the group, and a lot of people were expecting like, oh, they're going to kick Bayley out already. But no, it was like Asuka hasn't fully been put into the group, but now Asuka is in the group, but I'm not really sure how long that's gonna last. But anyway, in terms of who I think is gonna win this match, and hope who wins this match, it's Bianca's team, because it would add to the story of like, oh, can Damage Control get on the same page again without having arguments so often, because it seems like that team's going to fall apart at some point. Whether that happen after the match Saturday, which is tomorrow, is unknown at this moment. But it'll be interesting to see nonetheless. But like I said, I'm predicting for predicting that Bianca's team will get the win here. And then the next match, Santos Escobar, who recently turned heel after everything that happened at what was the last pay-per-view they had, or live event, whatever, Crown Jewel, with the Logan Paul Rey Mysterio US title match. So Santos recently turned heel, attacked Rey Mysterio, and yes, it was done as a way to get Rey Mysterio off TV for a while, because he was working with like an injury in his knee area or something. I can't remember the exact details of that, but he was working hurt. Anyway, Santos going against Carlito, who has recently started being featured on TV more after his return recently. And kind of, but not really officially part of the LWO. I mean, he kind of is officially part of the LWO, but he's also not always by their side. Like, he didn't really have much of a factor in that Rey Mysterio Logan Paul match as much as like Santos did. But anyway, as much as I'd like to see Carlito possibly get a win here, I don't really think that's going to happen, because they recently turned They recently turned Santos heel, so they're going to want to build more on that and get fans that hate him a little more, or try to anyway. I'm sure there's going to be some people that will support him, much like there are people that support Dominic Mysterio. Anyway, speaking of Dominic, who we all know will get involved in this next match, Zoe Stark challenging Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Title. And like I said, Dominic will get involved, even though he's going to have that War Games match he's got to prepare for, and help Ripley retain, even though Ripley doesn't really need that help. Ripley would be able to handle this by herself. Not to discredit Zoe Stark, she has a lot of potential to be a multiple-time champion in the future, but it's not gonna come at the expense of Rhea Ripley. And then another title match follows this, in terms of what I have here. The Miz looking to become Intercontinental Champion once again. Can't remember how many times Miz has held the belt, but he's been champion before, a few different times. Trying to take the title away from Gunther. And this is an easy match to predict. Miz is going to lose. Or at least I think it's an easy match to predict. Even though a lot of people are kind of like, oh, Miz is going to be viewed as the underdog. They'll make parts of the match look like he might have a chance, but we all know Gunther's not going to lose until like WrestleMania season, if that. And then the final official match, and notice how I say official, because there's a rumored scenario with Shinsuke Nakamura and a certain resident of Chicago, which is where Survivor Series is going to be taking place. Although it's not really Chicago, it's like some other place in Illinois, but a lot of people are going, oh, it's Chicago. Or, oh, it's Illinois. This guy's going to be showing up. But we'll get into that after we talk about the Men's War Games match, which is going to be Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and the long-awaited return of Randy Orton against Judgment Day members Damian Priest, Finn Balor, the aforementioned Dominic Mysterio, J.D. McDonough, and at the moment helping out the Judgment Day, not official member of the Judgment Day, Drew McIntyre. And it'll be interesting to see where WWE goes with the Drew McIntyre heel turn. But in terms of this match, it's going to be, in my mind, hopefully Team Cody getting the win here. Not just because like Randy Orton's big comeback and not wanting to have him lose there, but it's also a big match to help Cody's momentum going toward WrestleMania, where a lot of people are expecting him to face Roman Reigns and finish the story. But it's also important in another aspect as well, because this is a match type that Cody's father, the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, helped originate. So, in terms of this match, like I said, Team Cody. And then, as I have written here, a bonus prediction. All the Shinsuke Nakamura teases and all that of like, oh, I want to face somebody. Thing or whatever's going on with all that, leading people to think like, oh, Shinsuke will have an open challenge at Survivor Series, and the person to accept that challenge will be a returning CM Punk. And now I've seen a lot of people going like, oh, Shinsuke's been going on, giving CM Punk teases. Like oh, I want somebody to set me free. Going to the line of, and then Cult of Personality, CM Punk's theme song for the last few years, with the "Only You Can Set Me Free" line in that song. But I think that's a little bit of a stretch, honestly. But then there's also been like some of the stuff within that Seth Rollins feud with like, oh, the greatest thing the devil ever did was convince people he didn't exist. But that came in a movie first. But of course, Punk famously used that line in the independent scene, I believe during his Ring of Honor days. And then there was a whole, oh, riding the edge of a lightning bolt, also during Shinsuke and Seth Rollins' feud. But that was a Dusty Rhodes quote. But honestly, if CM Punk comes back, that'd be cool. I would be happy to see him, but then there'd also be like a bunch of there'd also be a bunch of problems following that. Because some people backstage not being the biggest fan of CM Punk, like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and of course Punk's issues with the likes of Triple H and Vince McMahon. But it'll be interesting to see what happens if CM Punk does indeed come back during Survivor Series. But then another possibility that could happen with this Shinsuke Open Challenge, if it does indeed happen, is it will have an NXT call-up be involved, whether it be like somebody like a Braun Breaker or whoever they may choose to fill that role. But then it'll lead to a lot of unhappy fans in that arena, because they have their minds and hearts set on CM Punk coming back. But, you know, it won't be the first time WWE disappointed their fans with wanting one of their fan favorites in a big moment. And it certainly won't be the last time if this does not happen the way that fans want it to. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. And as I said at the beginning, I am very thankful for everybody that has watched any of my videos, left any likes, left any comments. And also, like I said, hoping that everybody had a happy Thanksgiving yesterday. And also, like I said earlier, if there are people that don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had a great day nonetheless. And I hope everybody has a great day today. And I will see you all in the next video, which will be the review of Survivor Series, which will be quite the interesting video, to say the least, depending on all the stuff that will happen on the show. And this time I'm going to be watching the show with one of my best friends. So that should be fun. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing if you want to. And if you don't want to subscribe, that's perfectly fine. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.